Hello everyone, welcome to Nirnay IAS English. This is your Venkatesh, faculty for geography here, right? In this video, we will try to analyze about the trends, the analysis which we need for understanding about the subject of geography as you prepare for the upcoming mains 2025. Let us understand what are the questions being asked in this mains exam, how we need to strategize, what are the trends which you can pick from the past 5 years, which is also, I can say that I'll give you some analysis about 10 years, but mainly I'm focusing on the last 5 years. So now let us start about these things. So if you see, as I'm trying to tell you, we are focusing on 5-year analysis, but I'll give you a perspective of even about the last 10 years, ever since the new version of UPSC mains exam started from the year 2013. Let us see. See, how many questions are being asked? What is the proportion of geography in the mains exam? That should be your first question. If you see, in the last few years, it is somewhere around always 100, right? Say 2024, last year, there were only 85 marks out of the total 250 of the GS. Whereas from 23, 22, if you see the average, it is always around 100. Maybe 1 year there was one extra question, 1 year there was one less question. On an average, we can find around 8 questions. So definitely, my dear, out of 100, out of 250, sorry, you are having 100 questions, indicating almost nearness to 40 to 50% of the marks, right? We all know 50% is 125. So around 40% is the usual norm, sometimes going to around 50%, right? So this is the perspective. Always, my dear, whenever you prepare for the exam right now, the next few months, time is a crucial element. How would you handle the time element right now? Proportionately, based on your strengths and weaknesses. Maybe you are very good at geography, you have to reduce your time for geography, or you are very weak in geography, you have to increase your time. So this is one criteria. The other criteria is always around the marks. Remember, we are here to clear the mains exam, to get disproportionate marks in our mains exam, right? Right, this is the thing. So on average, please understand, there are always around 8 questions, sometimes going to 9, sometimes going to 7 as well, depending on the things. By the way, we are not discussing about the questions asked in paper 3, where the geography knowledge with economy, geography knowledge with science and technology is being discussed. We're only talking about paper 1, right? Paper 1. Then moving forward, let's go to the next element. My dear, whenever we prepare, for that matter, one of the common mistake done by most of you guys, even though you have cleared the mains exam, sometimes is you sometimes ignore the main syllabus as you read again. Why? We feel that we take it for granted. Arey, I know the syllabus. I have studied. I have cleared mains once. I have cleared even prelims once. Some people even clear prelims, could not clear mains, but they assume that they know the syllabus. No, my dear. Always when you prepare, read the topic. For example, any topic are you preparing? What is the trend they're saying? You have to understand the syllabus. For example, salient features of world physical geography. It includes geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, biogeography, environmental geography. This is nothing your major static portion of physical geography, which you have already studied for your prelims exam, right? Then, in the another aspect, they're asking once again, important geophysical phenomena such as earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, cyclones and all again. Are these topics not part of the salient features? Definitely are there. This itself indicates that, my dear, natural hazards through which there is decent number of loss of life, we need to understand some ideas about how to prevent the losses from the physical phenomena. So definitely, natural hazards are an often repeated question. Why? The syllabus itself is showing twice, no? As part of here and as part of here. And you go and study the last 10 years, go and see the last 5 years questions. Every year one question is common, and this is one of the hot topic in the mains exam. Hot topic, natural hazards. Then, as I'm trying to tell you the syllabus, locational changes in critical geographical features, water bodies and ice caps, flora and fauna, and all are one of the theme, right? Then another important theme, natural resources, right? This is one. And there is also the industrial geography factors responsible for location of primary, secondary, tertiary, where they primarily focus on India, where you can also give examples about the world. This is the mains syllabus which we need to understand. My dear, once you understand this, any theme you pick and choose, you have to get it from the syllabus linkage. Then further, you will get to know that, see, as you start preparation, I think you all might have known me by now that what is the key focus areas I tell whenever you are preparing about the mains. First, brainstorming, thinking. You have gathered some knowledge as you have prepared across the last time frame of 1 year, 2 years, but there are some gaps. We'll try to plug that gap. And using this knowledge, whatever the points which you are getting, there has to be a proper structure in your brain. Okay, I ask you a question on cyclone. What are the key elements of cyclone? How to answer? There has to be some structure in your brain. That is the brainstorming which you need to do. As you do the brainstorming, the next important aspect is writing practice. So you have to write your answers as per the UPSC timeline, right? As per the UPSC timeline, you have to write your answers using the broad categories of structuring the answer into intro, body, conclusion, right? And then there are certain various techniques of answer writing I will discuss in the upcoming videos which we'll be having on this channel regularly, right? So, but these are the key aspects. Then, see, my dear, as you understand the key aspects, as you get some analysis from the trends and the focus, you have to identify brainstorming. Okay, natural hazards is an important theme. How do I write about a structure called about the theme of natural hazards? How do I handle about a theme called resources? Understand. Then what are the focus areas you have? My dear, tell me what are the focus areas you have? If I based on the previous 5 years analysis, though I'm also taking some aspects of 10, but mostly 5 because that is more relevant. I have observed that climate change and hydrology is one of the prominent theme where they do ask about rising temperatures, monsoonal variability, glacial melting, water crises, floods and all appeared every year. Last year, they asked a question on sea surface temperature, which is very, very close to link to cyclones, very, very close to link to your ocean temperature. Cloud bursts, groundwater. They're asking water as a theme, very important. Even the recent India-Pakistan conflict is another angle which we have started, which we are using which we are using for our strategic influence. Indus Water Treaty, water, very important. Then, just now I told you hazards. Hazards are common. You go and see the questions. Last year they asked a question on cloud bursts linking with your urbanization. Cyclones, they asked a question on twisters. Cyclones are regular. Few years ago they asked a question on volcanic eruptions. Hazards are a frequent thing. Then another thing which you have studied, my dear, you all have studied the physical aspects, the fundamental geography. Fundamentals. This is another trend which is being asked. They asked a question, if I'm not wrong, on rocks, about primary rocks few years ago, right? They asked a question on landforms sometimes. And another important aspect, last year they asked a question on auroras. 1 year they asked a question on the atmosphere. The basic atmosphere chapter itself has got 2-3 questions in last 2 years. Auroras is one. The another aspect which they have asked is around the troposphere. So all this indicates that your fundamental things which you have studied for your prelims, just you need to proper structure, you're able to undo well even in your mains. This is one theme, my dear. Geography, yeah. Ultimately it is fundamental, no? Definitely the core syllabus, the syllabus which you have studied as part of the classes have huge relevance. Then another theme, urban and population issues. This is the linked with your society. Society and geography, mix of both. Okay, that is there. So you can see urbanization, population aging. For example, they asked a question on migration, urban migration and demographic winter. I can say it is society. There are some geographical aspects also. So mix of both. This is one theme, right? This is another aspect which you have to definitely study by mixing with your society. Then moving forward, see, I have broadly highlighted these things. In the physical geography sections, landforms, rocks, weather systems, climate change, forecasts, so cyclones, they have asked about it. In the resources chapter, they asked a question on natural resources, very, very important theme. Water, they have asked a question here, right? And all those kind of things. Environmental issues. So, for example, groundwater depletion, they asked a question, right? This is an important theme. Water as a theme, any aspect of water, you have to prepare. Then economic and industrial geography, industrial location, energy, trade and all. Though it is not an often repeated topic, there is a need for a framework for us. My dear, this is not a hot topic, but what I'm trying to tell you is, this is an often ignored topic. So from that angle, I want you guys to focus on this. Human geography and urbanization. Just now I told you urban planning is an important thing, urbanization theme, very, very important thing. And just now population and all, they asked a question called as demographic winter. Have you ever heard about this word? Demographic winter. This is the thing, right? Then moving forward, my dear, at Nirnay IAS, we have started a mains program called as Mains Sutra program, where we will be taking the help of the officers who will be helping you in terms of your preparation. So we have started this main support programs, right? There are different things. We have our, I think you all will be worried about how to prepare essays. Our Ravi sir will be taking care about the essays. Similarly, senior serving officers would be handling ethics. My dear, you think ethics? Imagine a person who is giving lectures about ethical governance to the working professionals in the IAS department, to people who are already part of the services. Imagine they giving you lectures. That perspective which is there, and you are writing with that perspective in your mains. Don't you think it will help you? So you'll be getting such kind of things, right? So those kind of things will be there. So this is one program, support program. And we also need evaluation sometimes, right? So there will be some special people who would be evaluating very quickly for you. So this is an additional thing. So along with evaluation, there is the same thing we are adding with respect to the evaluations, and also some kinds of recorded crash courses of our optional subject. All these things will be provided to you. So you can consult with respect to the persons here on the main Sutra program. The link will be provided. You can use these kind of things. Moving further, right? See, what should be your strategy for the next 3 months? Just now that you got your focus areas, now that you got your, you have analyzed, you got a certain perspective about the trends in geography, right? Do it for every subject. Once you get this trend, you refine your study plan accordingly, needing with respect to the trend, right? Then practice answer writing. This is a must and should. This is very, very important, right? Then as you do that, some aspects, my dear, as you brainstorm, that will give you an understanding about critical thinking, analytical thinking. Geography is there. Okay, natural hazard, earthquake would be studied by a person who is preparing for other government exams, and also a person who is part of the policy planning. What is the difference of approach of geography for a person who is preparing for a basic government job, or for that matter, a person who is preparing as part of the UPSC civil services, policy planning and all? Critical thinking is the difference. So definitely there are more questions asking about that. And as you link, interdisciplinary approach is most common. That is there. This is very much needed. And we also know current affairs weightage is increasing, but for geography, you will understand that static is also equally dominant. So static and current affairs, there is not much of a huge relevance on current affairs, though it is important. These are the aspects of the last 5 years. My dear, one thing I'll try to tell you. By now, you all have prepared your prelims. Use this knowledge for your mains. That's what I would say, comprehensive knowledge. Use this knowledge in the mains. Just apply the concepts, whatever you have studied, right? So that already you know the conceptual clarity. There is no, so tomorrow if they ask you a question on what are dunes, they ask you a question on what are deltas. Are you not aware about them? You are already aware. Then what is the difference? The difference lies in your application. So apply them, right? Then that is what I say, integrated preparation between prelims and mains. Then, my dear, answer writing, efficient time management. This time is important both for how are you preparing and at the same time writing answers. This is one aspect. As you go, my dear, time management techniques. Prioritize. Have, just like you have this idea, quick learning. Prioritize the tasks. Okay. Allocate your time. So, okay, next 1 hour, intense approach of writing, of brainstorming, and then relaxing. Next 1 hour, no more phones, no notifications of Insta, WhatsApp and all. No. Prioritize the tasks. Then create a schedule. No, you create a schedule on a daily basis. Often I have observed that people who create a schedule for the next day before they sleep, they're doing that very well. So create a schedule. Utilize the Pomodoro technique. There are multiple techniques, no, right, which will increase your productivity. Pomodoro technique is very simple. It's just like a time clock. Just now I told you, half an hour, 1 hour, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Focus on that. Until you complete that, don't worry about remaining things. As soon as you complete, you take a break. That is the Pomodoro technique. Then, whatever you do, you need to have a thinking brain. Are you doing really well? Monitor the progress. This is what you need to do, right? So overall, what I'm trying to tell you, you have to have a comprehensive preparation based on your understanding about the focus areas, about the trends and the analysis which you have done. Then you have to use this for your practice and have a poker strategies. My dear, every week I'll be starting some kind of previous year questions analysis. You'll give a perspective. So 2024, 2023, 2022, whatever the questions are asked, I will discuss all these things in my analysis. You can get those things. As I get those things, right, you can analyze, you can focus on the subject mastery, and as you do these kind of things, you will get a proper approach for geography, especially for the mains. This is what I am doing, guys, right? Hope you all have understood what I am trying to tell you here. With these things, you can always, people who are not aware about me now, you can join my Telegram channel. The link is given here. You can scan the QR code, or you can simply type Venkatesh in Venkatesh textbook. You will get my link of the Telegram channel. Using this channel and all, you want the PDF of this, you will get that, and you will also get some kind of a additional tips and also the further sessions which I have planned. I will give the information to you guys, right? I hope you all have understood the things. I wish you all the best in terms of your preparation process, right? I don't usually focus on all the best for your exam. First, I'll focus on your preparation process itself. I wish you get this point and work on that, and you can see the results. Thank you, all of you. Take care.